real bars, the ill bar. These scars are the only real proof they couldn't kill God. Proof they couldn't kill God.
Hey, what's up? DeFi Dan, XRP Chad, whatever you want to call me. Been really busy, was doing a lot of research yesterday. I made a new move. I want to tell you guys all about it. Long story short, I aped into XDC. I don't know if you guys have ever seen XDC, Xinfin, Exchange Infinite. I've been hearing about this project for a while it was down in the, I would say, high 100s. So about like when it was at 180, 170 rank on CoinMarketCap. Really solid project. As you guys know, I'm a fan. I've been specializing in these banker coins. So like XRP, Quant, I don't hold, but XLM, and now XDC. I think these things are going to the moon. If you want to ask me why, it's because they're hybrid blockchains. Hybrid blockchains basically are private and public, so they can shift between the two. The way banks work, they're not going to want to be in a public ledger. They're not going to want everyone to be able to see what they're doing. It's really not that simple when it comes to banks. I mean, you guys might know how I feel about banks personally. I think they're a scam, but at the end of the day, this is where the money's going. This is where I want to position myself to be in. So Xinfin is going to help with a subject called trade finance, right? Trade finance is basically helping firms transfer large amounts of money to other firms in exchange of like goods, as in like import export or very large contracts, right? It's a little bit superior to XRP as far as transaction speed and finality. So the transfers are final in 2 seconds. So, and that's smart contract capable also. So like, basically that means like you could have a program written on Xinfin with large amounts of capital. I mean, billions, if not trillions in capital, and it would get exercised in 2 seconds. That would completely change the game for trade finance, for trade in general, right? Because usually what happens is you need to wait for money transfers in order to send goods in typical import-export deals. But if transfers are done in 2 seconds, and then you could write basically contracts on top of that, guaranteeing the safety of the trip inside the smart contract, right? Basically guaranteeing the safety of the inventory inside the smart contract. It's really incredible stuff. Xinfin is founded and it's maintained in Singapore. So that's also a huge thing because Singapore has very great regulatory compliance. Like their regulatory compliance is top notch. If Ripple was based in Singapore, we would not be having this problem that we have right now. I can promise you that. Because basically in the US, the banksters, they want their share. So they basically tried to give Bitcoin and Ethereum a free pass so they can get invested in those projects before they take off. And then they'll just basically let them slide through the ranks, slide through the rules. And then to ensure that nobody else can compete, they'll block everything else off. So like, it's not just going to be XRP that they're going to try and block. It's Cardano, it's Polkadot, it's all these other firms that are basically a threat to Ethereum, right? Because, I mean, to get to it briefly, Jay Clayton, while he was the head of the SEC, he was denying everyone's Bitcoin ETFs, right? I had it's been about 20 different companies applied for Bitcoin ETFs, an exchange traded fund. Basically, the easiest way to get huge amounts of capital into Bitcoin or Ethereum or whatever crypto you choose. But Bitcoin is probably going to be the first one to be approved because Bitcoin has the most widespread reputation and it's also leaderless essentially. So it's a little bit decentralized. I mean, the miners are basically decentralization in Bitcoin, but it's a little bit more decentralized than Ethereum in a sense because Ethereum has a small foundation that manages the entire thing, but Bitcoin doesn't. Bitcoin has just a bunch of different developers who work on it. And, yeah, the difference is though that since a lot of Bitcoin investors are really old, and also there's a couple huge Bitcoin wallets that if they were to ever sell, the price would just absolutely collapse. So that's something that and those accounts are not restricted either. So that's something you guys should be aware of when it comes to Bitcoin. Again, I'm trying to choose coins that are really strong coins fundamentally and utility coins. Somebody else called them ulti coins or ultimate coins, but they're utility coins. Utility coins are where you want to be at. XDC, one of the lead guys, Anders, he has a 17-year previous career at Swift. Swift is the lead banking system, right? So he's consulting with Swift still, and he's consulting with Xinfin still, right? And he recently just tweeted that in a few days it starts the process of getting Xinfin and XDC used in a $19 trillion trade asset class. $19 trillion, right? the market cap of Xinfin is now $1.5 billion. There's absolutely no way $1.5 billion can carry $19 trillion worth of assets, right? The price is going to fly, in my humble opinion. I mean, I'm not like some super deep crypto guy who's been in crypto for 3 years or 4 years. I only been in it for a year or two, a year and change. I think that, there's a lot to be said for the fact that I have specialized in these ISO 22022 coins. I think that this protocol, that messaging standard is absolutely going to change the game for money transfers as we know it. And again, there's not just going to be one winner there. Algorand's in there, XRP's in there, Stellar's in there, XDT is obviously in there, USDC is actually in there also. So, I mean, there's a lot to be said for ISO 22022. And I just want to, it's actually 22002. But again, that doesn't matter. How you pronounce it doesn't matter. What you need to know is that this is the protocol. This is what's going to change. Personally, to me, I don't even care about, is it a bull market? Is it a bear market? Nah, none of that. Why? Because Quant is working with MIT to develop the digital dollar. Quant is working with Latin America to make the Latin American dollar. Quant is working with Ripple and Electronium to make the digital pound foundation, right? They're also working with SIA, right? And SIA is an absolutely huge exchange, right? In Switzerland, SIA is working with SBI, which is an absolutely huge exchange in Japan. SBI is the main supporter of Ripple. Everything's all there, Sadly, I'm not holding XLM. I've been researching it more, and I think that XLM is also going to be a mooner. Unfortunately, I don't know how to split this capital up anymore. I don't want to be in 10 different positions. Honestly, I want to have 4 to 5 really solid projects. By the way, I'm still holding Safemoon. I follow Safemoon pretty intensely also. I think Safemoon is also going to fly. Regardless of what you want to say about Safemoon, they have over 2 million holders. It's so hard for a project to reach that much, and it's because they changed the game with the tokenomics system. I'm basically freestyling here, but I figured I would just let you guys know because the video is going a little short, and I just wanted to finish it out. Safemoon has a project in a company called the Gambia, where it just became revealed that they're going to be helping the solar and wind farm infrastructure there. It's only the Gambia and Morocco are the only 2 countries in the world who have plans for climate change. So like have a concrete plan for like how they're going to basically get to carbon neutrality by whatever the time is, 2030 or whatever. But so basically Safemoon and the Internet of Things is going to provide that. Safemoon has Papa, the chief blockchain officer, and they're building a blockchain. I don't know that much about it, but from what I understand, this is going to be a top tier blockchain with incredible speed. For those of you who watched my last video, I'm not saying it's going to be like HBAR or DAG or anything like that. Like, I'm not saying it's going to be some kind of like infinitely scalable blockchain, but I do know that it's going to be a very good blockchain. That's the whole, what I was talking about in the Gambia, that's what they call Project Phoenix. And then their blockchain is coming out later. To give you a quick rundown on Safemoon, it's basically the wallet was delayed. So the Android wallet is out. Now the iPhone iOS wallet, that's about to come out. Obviously there's a lot more iPhone users. So that's a big, event for the Safemoon community. That's going to be absolutely huge. And then after that, you have the Safemoon exchange, right? So what's cool about the Safemoon exchange is that they're going to basically try and compete with Binance. They're going to try and compete with KuCoin. Safemoon, what's so special about it is the tokenomics. So it burns a little bit every sale. There's a 10% tax, and basically some goes to the holders, some goes to liquidity, and then some gets burned, right? So that tokenomic structure really incentivizes those who hold long term. Basically, a lot of people, or most people, got into Safemoon later. So most people who got into Safemoon are underwater, right? So we're basically hoping and praying. I DCA'd in, I dollar cost averaged in a second time around like however many decimals, 3.3. And now we're down to like 1.4. So even though I DCA'd, I'm down a lot on my original size. Basically it's like a 75% loss with my original size, but I've been gaining all of these tokens, right? So if the tokens do end up mooning, right? Why I mentioned the exchange is that the exchange is going to have a smaller fee than Binance. It's going to only have like a 2.5% fee. The same as any major exchange. Basically the same as Coinbase, the same as KuCoin, the same as Huobi, the same as FTX, right? However, it's a blockchain exchange, so there's not really going to be a corporation behind it. It's just the Safemoon team, right? So it's going to be a little bit more decentralized in that manner. Why it's so crazy is that all that traffic that goes, all that volume that'll happen in the exchange, a percentage of that is going to exist on the Safemoon burn, right? So I'm going to be getting more, any Safemoon holder is going to be getting more tokens. And basically it's going to burn. So there's going to be a higher value of those tokens over time. Again, I'm a bit of a contrarian investor. I don't always follow what everyone else is saying. And, I just wanted to educate you guys a little bit about Safemoon because so many people flood it. So many people flood it because they think like, oh, they want to be smarter than everybody. They want to outsmart Safemoon. I'm pretty sure it's a proven fact that basically, Papa, the blockchain engineer from Safemoon, was offered basically $1 million position at Ripple, and he turned it down. This guy is a true genius, right? I don't know too much about John Crony, the leader, but I will say that Papa from Safemoon is an absolute genius in the space. I think that he is going off. Now I ended up spending too much time on this video talking about Safemoon, but whatever. You can just skip through it. I'm going to have the chapters if you don't even want to hear about Safemoon. It's totally fine. Just to finish up, to store XDC, it's very hard to get. You can't get it on the typical exchanges that you want to find. And you can't really store it anywhere either because it has its own blockchain. Or distributed ledger. It's not really a blockchain, I guess. It's more of a DLT. So long story short, you would have to put it in the Decent wallet. That's where I put mine. I also downloaded the Bifrost wallet in anticipation for Songbird.